Hey yo, it's time to roar, get loud, let's ignite. Jeremy B in the house, we keeping it tight. Every weekday at 11, we ready to ride. Lions Talk Live, come and join the pride. Waking up early, it's that morning grind. Tune in to the show, leave the troubles behind. Jeremy B's the king, with the voice like thunder. Every word he spits, it's a lyrical wonder. Got the lions around, sharp and fierce. When we hear one pride, you can't help but feel your heart pierce. Talking all the topics, keep it real, keep it raw. With a lion's mentality, we're ready for the roar. One pride, it feels right. Jeremy B bringing the heat, morning light. Every weekday at 11, we taking flight. Lions Talk Alive, yeah, we ready to bite. One pride, hear us loud. Jeremy's in the zone, making us proud.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
Wow, what a day we had yesterday. We heard about Kerby Joseph's injury and how it may be something that he deals with the rest of his life. It's an inoperable, it's an uncurable thing. But he actually returned to practice and looked pretty good. He's wearing a knee brace on the knee that he's having the cartilage issue with. We are not dead in the water. I understand that. Graham Glasgow and Kerby both returned to practice. And like I said, the video I saw, he looked like he was moving well. So I'm apprehensive yet excited that maybe the secondary will look a little better with their defensive captain on the field. The communication is what's been missing there. Calvin Shepard said he's going to shake up the defensive front. What that means, we don't know. But he said he's going to make changes. But then we get the news that Tom Pellisario reports around 4 p.m. yesterday that Terrion Arnold needed shoulder surgery. Yeah, I heard about that. I'll get into that later. But he needs shoulder surgery and will miss the rest of the season. And a good D-line helps the secondary not have to cover so fast. What I have noticed in the losses is we've had a lower pressure rate and bad O-line play at the same time. You can't have both. You cannot have both. So Goff's under more pressure, which gives him less time to be able to throw the ball. He's not able to get into his second and third read, therefore going to his first read. And that's pretty much it. I have a dual one. I have if everything goes wrong and then everything goes right. If everything goes wrong, we lose 34-20. If everything goes right, we win 30-24. That's what I see. But Kerby is back practicing. Graham Glasgow is back practicing. Even though he's been a revolving door, he's less of a revolving door than Tristan Colon because we've seen him have 7 good games at center. So hopefully they can get that whole communication issue down better with the offensive line. The only bad offensive line play game that we won was against the New York Giants, and that was because it was the New York Giants. I don't want to see them put up 40. Yes, it will. And so when I wrote the article, I had just got the news that Kerby may miss the rest of the season. And Terrion Arnold was not out for the season yet. Because I wrote it Sunday night. And it didn't get posted till yesterday. But yet, at the same time, I wrote it based off of what I thought. Kerby being in and Terrion being out doesn't change that we're missing a key part of our defense in the secondary. But now it changes where Williams actually this past game was higher rated than everybody assumed he would be. Our worst one was Roy Lopez, Thomas Harper, Amik Robertson, and I called that out. I said he was getting burnt like Eli Apple. But one of our fifth best defensive men last week was Talik Williams. I don't even know how AQM made that list, except for maybe the two tackles, one at the line of scrimmage and one for a loss. He didn't apply any pressure whatsoever. Well, I found out from Justin Rogers, somebody close to the Lions. He talked to Kerby about it. Kerby only deleted his socials and the pictures on Instagram because he was tired of all the negative comments he was getting. As a matter of fact, the last picture he put up was "God help me," and it was because he was being attacked by fans for missing time. I think so too, PC. But I am so happy to hear that he's back practicing. I'm waiting to see what the practice report is today. Let me get into it, and I'll tell you who was out yesterday for practice. Brock Wright, Leaf Raymond, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and Terrion Arnold. The notable returns to practice was Graham Glasgow and Kerby. So that's the big thing. Yeah, that's been the crazy thing. I don't understand why people were playing with broken bones. The key is that it's Terrion Arnold's right shoulder, and if you remember, he hurt that week 1 versus the Packers and missed the next game. Well, no, excuse me. He hurt that week 4, missed part of the game when he hurt it again against the Bengals in week 5. And then we had the Legion of Whom for a few weeks while he rested that shoulder. He landed on it again, and that was when he was covering, I believe it was Dontavian Wick towards the end of the game. And that was the one that finished it. He probably had a hairline fracture that didn't show up in an x-ray. Hey, I've had to do it myself. Um, for some reason, I got blackballed out of my one account, and Facebook actually changed my password, but it's not being used. I've checked. There's nothing on there posted off of the one I created back in 2009, and this was in 2019. So I created the new one, had people add me back into my group that I was in as admins because I had some that I had created before I created the Motor City Kneecap Biters. And before I was podcasting, I was just getting into the whole spreading what knowledge I had back in 2019. But yes, deleting social media when you need to. I've snoozed for 30 days and did it on purpose. There's a couple of times I did it because of state funded vacations that I didn't want. But overall, taking care of your mental part. I got to the point now where I don't care what people think. So Pro Bowl voting is in. Here are the notables for the Lions that are in the top 10 of Pro Bowl votes. Aiden Hutchinson is third. Jack Campbell is first. Kerby Joseph is third with all the time he missed. That's okay. Um, it's my name that you see right there. That's all it is. There's 2 profiles. One shows me with my mom, my aunt, and my uncle. Yes, we do. Somebody asked me. I won't get into it. That's a political one. Never mind. But anyways, Kerby Joseph is third. Jack Fox is second. Jameer Gibbs is second. Amon-Ra St. Brown is fourth. Sam Laporta is ninth, and he hasn't played, and he's out for the season. Panay Sewell is first, and Brian Branch is second. Hey, no problem, Harpazo. Maybe I'll put the link to my Facebook profile in the community post on my YouTube page. That way you can find it. you know, I don't like how people are saying we're a bad team when we're at 7-5. We're just outside the playoffs. I think we're sitting at ninth right now because of the way the tiebreakers break down. We're only 2 spots out of the playoffs. To say we can't get in, we have to win a minimum of 3 games, if not 4. Nick Burton, good to see you, my brother. Uh, Probably a plus 1,500. Hey, Steve Bauer. Um, I think the shakeup is going to be we may see somebody go to the practice squad we don't expect. Let's face it, about 5, 6 weeks ago, AQM disappeared and Hutch started getting lower and lower pressure count because he's double and triple team. I'm not going to say he's held every play, but we've seen it. And for some reason, he just does not get the calls he needs at that point. So that being said, well, the good news is you don't have to worry about if Jackson Dart will get a concussion again this week. You know why? He's on a bye. But we got some, people saying that we're a trash team. We've won more games than we've lost. And that's why I think we may see a shakeup. AQM has disappeared over the past 5 to 6 weeks, so bad that the last 3 weeks we've seen Aleem McNeil line up at defensive end. During this time, you would think Reeder would be better because he's got a bigger guy next to him to help get him into 1-on-1 situations, and he's not winning. Talik Williams and Ray Lopez has collapsed the pocket better than DJ Reeder. I said all along, if Talik Williams looks good, we should trade Reeder at the deadline. Not even for a player. Just get draft capital because we don't even have a third round pick. And at the beginning of the season, prior to the bye week, he was looking okay. We probably could have got a third or fourth round pick for him. Now, if we let him go in the off season, yeah, he's had a couple bad games, but in rotation, he's been great. We have yet to give up a 100-yard rusher this year, and the only 300-yard passer we've given up this year is Jameis Winston. Now, think about this. With the injuries we've had in our secondary and the way they use the post pattern with Wandale Robinson and the team route where Kerby Joseph usually lurks, that's where he was open all day. And a lot of people seem to miss that. That and he was covered a lot of the time by Amik Robertson, which he's short, he's quick, but he's not as tall as Wandale Robinson. And Wandale Robinson got brutalized in the last game versus the Packers, too. I mean, truth is, he's third worst on the team. Thomas Harper was fourth. Roy Lopez had a bad game. Oh, well, he had one out of how many he's had that were good. The difference is, in all 5 of those games when we weren't getting pressures and we weren't doing as good that way, technically 6, we had 4 old line play too, because Goff was pressured in those games relentlessly. You can't have both happen hand in hand. You can lose one, but not the other. And with Kerby if Kerby's out there in center field, that's going to limit the post plays of CD Lamb and of Pickett. Yeah, he didn't sugarcoat it at all. He goes, I got to make a switch up. Number one, don't put a lean at defensive end. The guy runs a 5'10". Uh, that's like putting Tom Brady out there or Jared Goff out there to try and get pressure with. It's not going to happen. For a defensive tackle, it's fast, but for a defensive end, it's not. But what it did help with was containing the outside runs. So that was better. And when Talik Williams is on the field, we give up less run yards per carry to team. So I think our starter should be Talik and Aleem. Maybe we're going to go to that 3 DB set and 2 defensive ends and maybe do 1 linebacker with 5 DBs or 2 linebackers with 4 DBs. Because we're going to have to limit the amount of DBs we have on the field now and drop a linebacker in coverage. Anzalone and Campbell are okay in coverage. Rodrigo's okay in coverage. Heck, even Trevor Nowoski's okay in coverage. What we don't have the personnel for, because we only have 7 linebackers on the roster, is a 3-4 defense. And I'm not saying we should go back to the 4-2-5. I think we need to have 5 defensive ends to force the whole O-line to be in one-on-one with everybody on the D-line. Then they have to take away a target to chip or double hutch. I think that makes more sense. Does anybody agree with that assessment? And for that matter, I'd rather it be Lopez than Reeder. Lacey and Wheatley has done more than AQM the last 4 games. Yeah, we have 7 on the roster, and that includes our practice squad for linebackers right now. Because then think about how fresh you can keep your linebackers. You could have Campbell, then Anzalone, then Barnes, then Nowoski, then Rodrigo. Rodrigo's still getting into game shape. He didn't have a bad game, but he didn't have a good game last game. So, yeah, we haven't been blitzing with the linebackers lately, and I think that's due to the fact that we were getting beat in coverages. We've had to use more linebackers to cover tight ends and slot receivers. And it's going to be Legion of Whom secondary because we're either going to have Rocky Austin or whoever else they throw out there at the 2. I can't let it be Amik Robinson with what I've seen the last 2 weeks. I'm sorry. Amik is a nickel corner at best. And that's where he should be. There's less and less. We did pick up a couple guys that I want to talk about. Let me get into my Lions Central. That's okay. Moonscar, I get it. You're fine. Good to see you again, my brother. So when we placed Terrion Arnold on the IR, we claimed Hayden Rucci, tight end from Miami Dolphins, off waivers, which means he's already on the actual roster. Lions have designated the 21-day window for Shane Zylstra to return from IR. Kerby Joseph returned to practice today wearing a very large database, but he reportedly looked explosive, and I saw the video, and he was. The Lions have also released Nite Mutai from the practice squad and signed Andrew Armstrong to the practice squad. Andrew Armstrong came from the Panthers. He's young. He hasn't had a lot of playing time. He's a 6'4" wide receiver. So it's another big to add. With St. Brown out, we're going to need bigger receivers because there's a lot of short corners out there. Terrion Arnold being out for the season sucks, but it isn't the end of the world. We had 3 guys get fined last week from the game with the Giants. Yep, Tom Kennedy will get a lot of work, but we're going to have 2 call-ups. And I'm wondering, is Andre Carter still on the practice squad? Let me look that up. Hmm. So Christian Mahogany was seen out working with trainers, so he should be coming back soon. Sorsdahl and Jamarco Jones are gone. Giovanni Manu is gone. Zach Cunningham is on IR. Terrion Arnold IR. Ezekiel Turner's on IR. So technically, we have 1, 2, 3, 5 linebackers, 6 linebackers on the active roster. Rakestraw and Arnold on the IR. Dan Jackson is still in his 21-day window. They have to make a decision on him this week. Yes, he's on the practice squad. So I don't think a 3-4 works with us. We have exactly 6 on the roster, and Andrew Carter is a linebacker slash DN. He's 6'5" and weighs about 240 pounds. So he's really not a defensive end, but he's tall enough to not be a linebacker. So, and he's played defensive end for Army and was very successful there. Then as an undrafted free agent, he made a few plays his rookie year with Minnesota, and now he's on our practice squad. So we got Miles Adams and Keith Cooper. Hallett is gone. Zach Horton's on the active roster now. Ronnie Bell's gone. Jackson Meads. Tristan Colin's on the active roster for how long we don't know, and Mason Miller. And running back Jacob Sailors is on the active roster. Oh, someone poached Carter. That sucks. Anthony Berkshire was awful. Who's that? Paul Jones. Dominic Lovett's still on there. Michael Neese, he's done nothing. Nite Mutai was just released, and we signed Adam Armstrong. Practice squad: Miles Adam, Andrew Archon, C.J. Bethard, Devin Cochran, offensive lineman, Malik Cunningham, wide receiver, Kingsley Egwakun's still there. Hassanin as the IPP. Yes, I knew who you were saying as soon as you said it. I don't think so. I just think they got to scheme things better. Mason Miller's still there. Giovanni Ricci is the newest one. Uh, Jabari Small, we added. Chris Smith, defensive lineman. We don't have linebackers there. That's what I'm trying to say. So we can't run a 3-4. We have to stick with the 4 or 5-man front because we don't have the personnel to run a 3-4. We have 3 guys out of the linebacker room on IR. Granted, they're all backups and practice squad players, but they're still on the IR. Oh, go Pack, go! You're 100%. We at least were competitive against you. We've been saying that they should have kept Darnold or Danny Dimes. I mean, let's face it. This was the reaction I saw to Sunday's game in a Vikings chat.
Look at this crap! This right here is absolute garbage, son!
I heard all week how Max Brosmer was going to be better than J.J. McCarthy. 4 interceptions, 2 sacks, and a fumble. No. In case you missed it, this is what they put in their own fan.
Look at this crap! This right here is absolute garbage, son!
So all we need is Love, Stafford, and Williams season-ending injuries. No, I don't wish for injuries on anybody. Because every time every time I see fans wish injuries on another team, guess what happens? We get more injured. It's karma. I don't wish that on anybody. You know what I want? I want a week free of injury. We just saw Jackson Dart take his 5th concussion last night. He got waylaid at the sideline. Now, granted, the guy did start to hit, but it was an illegal hit because he went for the head and shoulders. Kidding, of course, maybe. Love's having a good year. So listen to the list of people we got. Zach Cunningham, Dan Jackson, Jamarco Jones, Sam Laporta, Christian Mahogany, Giovanni Manu, Ennis Rakestraw, Corby Sosa, Ezekiel Turner, Shane Zylstra, and Terrion Arnold. Yeah, no, if they spiked the ball at 36.9, it was a 32.8 for both quarterbacks in their last 2 games. Steve, good to see you, brother. Congratulations. You won. I'm leaving it at that. It was a 31-24 game. It was a great game, but it wasn't good enough for the Lions. How's that? I was surprised we scored 24. Yeah, I'm trying to see if I still got that picture in here or not. I don't think I do. I think I got rid of it. Yep, I did. But again, if you look at our offense, look who was the worst. Our blocking tight ends that were in there, Kirksher, Horton, Dwelly, Dan Skipper, and Tristan Colon. Look who was the best. Williams, Goff, Sewell, Ratledge, and Tom Kennedy. I think I am too because I thought I witnessed something wrong with it too. There was a play where the ball wasn't set and they left the play clock running, not the time clock, the play clock, and it both teams had it happen, and both teams damn near got delay of games and had to waste timeout, which burning those timeouts affected the end of the game for both teams. So we have Oh, right now he's 100% the MVP favorite still. He's only got one more interception than Caleb Williams, who's now leading the NFL for least interceptions. It's crazy. But guess who's tied for second or third? Jared Goff for touchdown. I think he's sixth on interceptions at 5, but he's tied with 4 players. Loves having a good year, but he's got less touchdowns. I'm not saying he's a bad quarterback, but Caleb Williams has got an awful completion percentage overall. I had a good week with the pick'ems. I'll give you that. Heck, Saturday I went damn near flawless. I only got one wrong. I only got one right. I only got one right on Thanksgiving Day and Black Friday. I don't understand that because he's had great games in the games he's won. He's only had bad games in a few games this year. I think you will bring him back. Canales talks high on him. And that's basically the news. Amen, brother. That's a great deal. Must have got it off Facebook Marketplace or one of those fishing grab bag type things. In one league, my season is done for fantasy. I'm in 9th place. There is no way I'm going to do anything in that league. I don't even want to even attempt to win the consolation bracket, for losers. But you never know. But in my other league, I'm one spot out. I think I'm either 7th or 8th with a chance to make it because I'm tied with 3 other teams. Wonder who I play this week. That's what's going to matter. Ooh, that's awful. I hope you're feeling better, brother. Overall, you guys played a great game. Woo. Yeah, that still didn't feel good. 3.5 millimeters. Ow. Congratulations. You know what childbirth feels like. I don't recommend it. But it's that time where I'm going to run through the breakdown. You guys love when I do this. In last place at 4-8, and staring up from the basement, the black hole, the abysmal of the NFC North. It's the Vikings, where they say skull. It's like saying score, but with a cock in your mouth. At 7-5, it's us. The previous 2 years, Kings of the North, and now sitting in third place, the Detroit Lions. In second place, at 8-3-1, it's FT. Fuck the fact. And in first place at 9-3, it's fuck the Bears. We're coming out of Flint, where the water's shit, but the tires are good. That's right. You're there, broski. But I'm getting ready to sign off. Try every day to be a better person than you were the day before. That's the only way to make the world a better place. It starts right here. Much love to everybody in the chat. I hope you all had a great Thanksgiving Day weekend. I hope you all love your family, love yourself. And Men's Mental Health Awareness Month may be over, but there's always time for men's mental health. Please call that suicide prevention hotline, text or chat if you need help. Try every day to be a better person than you were the day before. That's the only way to make the world a better place. It starts right here within yourself. Have a great day, everyone.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.